how does Social Security affect my pension, or does my pension affect Social Security? Okay, so I mentioned before we do a lot of work with companies that have pension plans. So the classic defined benefit plan calculation usually is going to be something in the nature of looking at your final average pay times your years of service times a multiplier minus the Social Security offset. So what that means is Social Security, if you're an employee, you're only paying half of your Social Security taxes. The company's paying the other half. So what they're doing is they're essentially kind of clawing back those taxes they put in there. So what they'll do is they'll look at those numbers and say, okay, they're also going to claw back a percentage of that Social Security we put in there. Now, this is really important to understand for a lot of you that maybe that didn't work at the company your entire career. Maybe you worked in the public sector. Maybe you're a teacher or something like that. Because what they're going to do is, I'll give you an example. Let's run the numbers and assume that everything comes through and your pension calculation comes out to, let's say, $2,500 a month for the rest of your life, but that Social Security offset's going to be $500 a month. So you're only going to get 200. Excuse me, you only get 2,000 a month. Now that's based upon them calculating out your Social Security with an estimate based upon your current income. Now, if half your career you were a teacher or something like that, you wouldn't have been putting into Social Security. So your Social Security offset may actually be smaller. And we can run through that with you, and we would submit that to the company, and it may be, instead of a $500 reduction, it might only be $200 or $300 reduction. So you can save yourself a couple hundred bucks and a potential annuity income from your company, or it could also translate into tens of thousands of dollars in a lump sum conversion factor as well. So it's really important to kind of understand that. So that, yeah, the Social Security does affect the pension. The pension doesn't affect the Social Security. There's a couple of companies that do like a uniform income code, and what that means is, let's say that 2,500 a month is what the overall income payment was they were going to give you, but you're getting, let's say, $1,000 a month Social Security. So they'll give you that $2,500 a month until Social Security kicks in, then they'll drop it to $1,500. So that $1,500 plus the 1,000 equals the $2,500. Not many companies do that, and that gives you a choice, and I don't think many people choose that. But that's one way. But the pension does not affect the Social Security. Another thing, before we get to the next question, I'll add in there, because I had a question about this from a client just last week. I just mentioned, the Social Security offset, if you weren't working for the same company the entire time, and maybe you were a teacher, that gets into the WEP, the windfall election provision, where you need to look at that if you are in the public sector and you weren't contributing to Social Security, or you did for part of your career. There is a calculation that takes a look at how much you're getting as far as a pension from that public sector that may eliminate or reduce your Social Security. So if you have a question on that, let us know. We can run through that with you, because that does affect the benefits you can get on Social Security. That, again, that's the WEP, the windfall election provision.